We've been doing at least 100 pounds a week. The last couple weeks were higher because it was tomato season. I think our peak was 330 pounds. I finally bought a scale, so I know it was 330 pounds, but I think that was our peak. The partnership started with one of our gardeners, Mark. He would often take some of his extra produce to the food pantry called the Beach Pantry on campus at CSULB. And then it closed down with COVID like so many other things, but they really felt the need to provide food to students in need, so they're doing a once a week drive-through pop-up that he heard about. So we decided to make a weekly trip to the university with our extra produce. This is, we call this the charity garden. It's an area of the community garden that we planted expressly for the food bank. I have a couple interns taking care of it and harvesting it right now. Also the South Florida Community Garden, we have about 25 gardeners who rent plots, and some of them have contributed to this project. It is a group effort with volunteers and gardeners all pitching in to grow some food in addition to what they grow for their own family. The harvest and the washing and everything is one big event on every Thursday.
It feels really good, especially with the pandemic that's happening right now, because I know a lot of people have been feeling very overwhelmed by the lack, or maybe the feeling of not being able to do something about it. So being here, being able to grow and learn about what's going on with the dirt, the soil, and being able to also help families and students is a plus.
What we do really improves soil quality, and we take a bad piece of dirt and we turn it into rich organic soil, and it's carbon trapping, it cleans up the environment, it's non-polluting. Well, Long Beach Organic was founded in '94, so it's 26 years old, by Charles Moore, who's a local environmental activist, and he founded Algalita Marine Research and Long Beach Organic at the same time. The mission's very simple: to take empty lots and turn them into gardens.
We've had everything from cucumbers, tomatoes, beans, potatoes, squash, greens. And I was talking to one of my patients who's said she grew up on food stamps, and she said the one thing about food stamps is that you keep on getting like pre-prepared food or non-nutritious food, and nobody gets enough greens. So this is a way of giving people greens and actually giving them some wholesome food. I think it educates people about what food can taste like, because it tastes totally different. The potatoes are just a complete paradigm shift from anything that you've ever eaten.
Just like chicken, honestly.
I mean, people come here for therapy as well. I mean, you can see some gardens aren't exactly tended to, and maybe people haven't been able to come for a while. But then what happens is that, especially Joe, who has his finger on the pulse of everyone in this garden, he kind of knows if someone's depressed or down or has had issues, and people reach out and try and help those people because they're part of the community.
Having the garden for me to volunteer is it's really therapeutic for me. I lost my son to a really rare genetic disorder this past November, and so my degree's in child development, and I didn't have the heart to go back to work right away with children, and so for me this has been a therapeutic outlet to be able to come, dig in the soil, connect with nature.
You'd never know if you just let your mind go that you were in the city, in the middle of the city, no less. It feels like, especially when you're alone in this huge space, or even when there's people here, you just can focus on nothing. And it's wonderful.
Our Cal State Long Beach students are the servers, the waiters, and they're the ones that are the frontline people. And I know that a lot of them weren't getting checks. So it's now, it's more like, starving student now more than ever. Our goal is to try not to have there be a lapse in donations for our Cal State Long Beach pantry. Because so many people are depending on it right now.
One of the comments that the students were making was that with the closure of the campus, with the closure of the pantry weekly, at the beginning they were very food insecure because they would count it on the pantry for their weekly meals and for them to meal prep and have food. So that's where we've continued to have this program. So it was right during the time of when COVID hit, we were already in the talks of bringing Long Beach Organic to donate. They've been a staple to our drive-through program since we started. We roughly have about 200 students that are registered each week. We do get some emails from students that saying how thankful they are, how it helps not only themselves but their family. Especially during finals week, we did have a couple emails from students saying they don't have that worry of where they're going to get food. Some of them do use the food for their family, so those extra snacks and things like that for their kids really helped out.
And my wife here, she has her mother that she can't go out sometimes, and she usually buys food for her, and I help her out. It's very helpful, and it's a very nice experience. The people here are very nice, they're very helpful. Here at CSULB, they'll provide fresh food for you, packaged food, any type of food that you would like.
I'm an international student here, so basically we don't get any funds from the government. We are not eligible, so this basic need program is very helpful for us. We are able to save around $100 per month based on this. I'm not working as well, so it's kind of very helpful for us.
We anticipate this going on, even after COVID, even after they reopen their pantry and do it the old-fashioned way where people come in and take stuff. We really do want to keep this going. It's a good fit.
And it's just a wonderful way to give back. You can't get anything better than fresh food. It's so nutritious and it's just wonderful.